Have you ever felt like your energy just isn't what it used to be? Or maybe you've noticed that little aches and pains seem to linger longer than they should. If so, you're not alone. As we age, our bodies change, and sometimes those changes mean we need a little extra support to stay feeling our best. That's why today, we're talking about something that might surprise you. A vitamin that becomes absolutely crucial after 70. One that many seniors don't get enough of. And if you're deficient in it, you might be missing out on more than just energy. You could be overlooking a key piece of the puzzle when it comes to staying strong, sharp, and healthy in your golden years. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Vitamins can be confusing. There are so many out there, and it's hard to know which ones really matter. But trust me, this one is different. It's not just about popping a pill and hoping for the best. This vitamin plays a direct role in keeping your bones strong, your mind sharp, and even your mood balanced. And yet, studies show that a staggering number of seniors are running low on it without even realizing it. So, what is this mystery vitamin? It's vitamin D. And before you think, oh, I already know about vitamin D, stick with me, because there's a good chance you're not getting enough, even if you think you are. And the consequences of skipping it? Well, they're a lot bigger than most people realize. Let's start with why vitamin D is so important, especially after 70. First and foremost, it's essential for bone health. You've probably heard that calcium is crucial for strong bones, and that's true. But here's the thing. Without enough vitamin D, your body can't properly absorb that calcium. It's like having a key, but no lock to turn it in. Over time, that can lead to weaker bones, a higher risk of fractures, and even conditions like osteoporosis. And let's be honest, none of us want to deal with a broken hip or a long recovery because of something that could have been prevented. But vitamin D doesn't just stop at bones. It also plays a surprising role in muscle strength. Have you noticed it's a little harder to get up from a chair or climb stairs than it used to be? Some of that is natural aging, sure, but a vitamin D deficiency can make it worse. Low levels are linked to muscle weakness and even a higher risk of falls. And when you think about it, staying steady on your feet is one of the best ways to keep your independence as you get older. Now, here's something else you might not know. Vitamin D is a powerhouse for your immune system. As we age, our immune defenses naturally weaken a bit, which is why colds or infections can hit harder than they did in our younger years. But vitamin D helps your body fight off those invaders. It's like giving your immune system a little extra armor. And in a time when staying healthy is more important than ever, that's not something to ignore. So, how do you know if you're deficient? Well, some signs are subtle, like feeling more tired than usual, or noticing that you're catching every little bug that goes around. Other times, there might be no obvious symptoms at all, which is why so many people don't realize they're running low. The best way to know for sure? A simple blood test. If you haven't had your vitamin D levels checked recently, it might be worth asking your doctor about it at your next visit. Now, let's talk about how to get more vitamin D, because here's the tricky part. Unlike some other vitamins, it's not found in a lot of foods. Sure, you'll get some from fatty fish like salmon, or from fortified milk and cereals. But for most of us, food alone isn't enough. The good news? Your body can make its own vitamin D with a little help from the sun. Just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight a few times a week can give you a solid boost. But depending on where you live, the time of year, or even your skin tone, that might not always be possible. And that's where supplements come in. Now, I'm not one to push pills unnecessarily, but for many seniors, a vitamin D supplement is a smart move. The key is choosing the right dose, because too little won't help, and too much can cause problems of its own. Most experts recommend around 800 to 1,000 IU per day for adults over 70, but your doctor can give you personalized advice based on your levels. So, if you take away one thing from this first part, let it be this. Vitamin D isn't just another item on the supplement shelf. It's a vital nutrient that keeps your bones strong, your muscles steady, and your immune system ready to protect you. And if you've been skipping it, or just not thinking much about it, now's the perfect time to make a change. But we're just getting started. Because there's even more to this story, like how vitamin D affects your mood, your heart, and even your brain. And that's exactly what we'll dive into next. So, stay with me, because by the time we're done, you'll see why this one little vitamin deserves a big place in your daily routine. Now that we've covered the basics, why vitamin D matters for your bones, muscles, and immune system, let's talk about something that might surprise you. The way this vitamin affects your mind. That's right. Vitamin D doesn't just work in your body. It plays a key role in keeping your brain sharp and your mood steady, too. Have you ever had one of those days where you just feel a little off? Maybe a bit more forgetful than usual, or like your thoughts aren't as quick as they used to be? Or perhaps you've noticed that your mood feels heavier, especially during those long winter months? Well, research suggests that low vitamin D levels could be part of the reason. Here's how it works. Your brain has vitamin D receptors, little docking stations where the vitamin attaches and helps regulate everything from memory to mood. Studies have found that seniors with lower vitamin D levels tend to have more trouble with focus, learning, and even recalling everyday details. Some research even suggests a link between deficiency and a higher risk of cognitive decline. Now, that doesn't mean popping a vitamin D pill will suddenly make you remember where you left your keys every time. We've all been there. But it does mean that keeping your levels up could be one simple way to support your brain as you age. And then, there's mood. If you've ever felt a little down during the darker, colder months, you're not imagining it. Seasonal mood shifts are real, and vitamin D plays a part. Some scientists call it the sunshine vitamin for a reason. Low levels have been linked to feelings of sluggishness and even mild depression. Now, I'm not saying vitamin D is a magic fix for serious mood challenges. Those always deserve a conversation with your doctor. But if you've been feeling unusually low on energy or motivation, it might be worth checking your levels. But here's where things get even more interesting. Vitamin D isn't just about bones and brains. It's also quietly working to protect your heart. Research shows that people with healthy vitamin D levels tend to have better blood pressure numbers and a lower risk of heart disease. Why? Well, vitamin D helps regulate inflammation, a sneaky process that can damage blood vessels over time, and it also supports the muscles in your heart itself. Given that heart health is a top concern for so many of us as we age, this is one more reason not to overlook this essential nutrient. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. Vitamin D is important, but how do I really know if I'm getting enough? Great question. As we mentioned earlier, a blood test is the gold standard, but there are a few lifestyle factors that can put you at higher risk for deficiency. For example, if you spend most of your time indoors, maybe you're not as active outside as you used to be, or you live in a colder climate with long winters. If you have darker skin, melanin reduces vitamin D production from sunlight. If you've been told you have osteoporosis or thinning bones. If you carry extra weight, vitamin D gets stored in fat, which can make it harder for your body to use. Sound familiar? If so, don't worry. There are easy ways to turn things around. Let's talk about sunlight first. I know we touched on this earlier, but it's worth repeating. Just a short time outside each day can make a difference. Even sitting near a sunny window while you read or have your morning coffee helps. Of course, always be mindful of skin protection. You don't need a sunburn to get your vitamin D. Then there's food. While it's tough to get all your vitamin D from meals, certain foods can give you a boost. Fatty fish like salmon and mackerel are great choices, and they're heart-healthy too. Egg yolks, fortified dairy or plant-based milks, and some mushrooms, especially those exposed to UV light, are other good options. But let's be real. Most of us aren't eating salmon every day, which is why supplements are so helpful for filling the gaps. Ah yes, supplements. If you're going this route, and many seniors should, here's what to look for. Vitamin D3, that's the form your body uses best, in a dose that matches your needs. For most folks over 70, that's around 800 to 1,000 IU daily. But again, your doctor can tailor this for you. One quick tip. Take your vitamin D with a meal that includes some healthy fat, like avocado, nuts, or olive oil, because it's absorbed better that way. Now, before we move on, let's tackle one big myth. If a little is good, more must be better, right? Not so fast. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, meaning your body stores excess instead of flushing it out, like with water-soluble vitamins. Think vitamin C. Too much can lead to nausea, weakness, or even kidney stones. Stick to the recommended dose unless your doctor advises otherwise. This is one case where more isn't merrier. So, to recap, vitamin D isn't just about avoiding brittle bones. It's a multitasker, supporting your brain, mood, heart, and more. And while sunlight and food help, a supplement is often the simplest way to ensure you're covered. But we're not done yet, because there's one more critical piece to this puzzle: how vitamin D teams up with other nutrients to keep you at your best. And that's exactly where we'll pick up next. Because here's the thing. Vitamin D doesn't work alone. Just like a symphony needs every instrument to create harmony, your body needs a few key partners to make the most of this vitamin. And when you get the balance right, that's when the real magic happens. So, stay with me, because what comes next could make all the difference in how you feel, day after day. Now, let's talk about teamwork, because vitamin D doesn't do its job alone. Just like you might rely on a good friend or partner to help with tasks around the house, this vitamin works best when it's got the right support. And one of its most important partners? Magnesium. You see, magnesium is like the behind-the-scenes helper that makes sure vitamin D can do its job properly. Without enough magnesium, your body can't actually use the vitamin D you're taking, no matter how much sunshine you get or how many supplements you swallow. It's a bit like having a brand new car, but no key to start it. Studies show that nearly half of all adults don't get enough magnesium, especially as we age. So, if you've been taking vitamin D but not seeing much difference, this could be why. The good news? Magnesium is found in some delicious everyday foods. Think leafy greens like spinach, nuts and seeds, whole grains, and even dark chocolate. Yes, really. If you're not eating these regularly, a magnesium supplement might help. Just stick to the recommended dose, since too much can cause digestive issues. Aim for around 300-400 milligrams per day, preferably in forms like magnesium citrate or glycinate, which are easier on the stomach. But magnesium isn't vitamin D's only friend. There's another crucial partner you've probably heard of: calcium. Now, we've already talked about how vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium for strong bones. But here's what many people miss. You need the right balance of these nutrients. Too much calcium without enough vitamin D or magnesium can actually backfire, leading to stiff arteries or kidney stones. That's why many experts now say it's better to focus on getting calcium from food, like dairy, fortified plant milks, or canned fish with bones, rather than high-dose supplements, unless your doctor specifically recommends them. And while we're on the subject of balance, let's talk about vitamin K2, the unsung hero of bone and heart health. K2 works with vitamin D to make sure calcium goes where it's supposed to, your bones and teeth, and stays out of where it shouldn't, like your arteries. You'll find K2 in fermented foods like natto, certain cheeses, and egg yolks from pasture-raised chickens. If those aren't regulars in your diet, a combined D3K2 supplement could be worth considering. Just check with your healthcare provider first, especially if you're on blood thinners. Now, I know this might sound like a lot to keep track of: vitamin D, magnesium, calcium, K2. But here's the good news. You don't need to become a nutrition scientist to get this right. The simplest approach? Focus on eating a varied diet with plenty of whole foods, get some safe sun exposure when you can, and consider a basic vitamin D3 supplement, with maybe a magnesium boost if needed. Your doctor can help fine-tune things based on your blood work and health history. Before we wrap up, let's tackle one last question I hear often. How long until I feel a difference? Well, everyone's different. Some people notice more energy or better mood within weeks, while for others, it's more about subtle, long-term benefits like fewer colds or steadier balance. The key is consistency. Think of it like planting a tree. You wouldn't expect shade the next day, but with regular care, the rewards will come. So, let's bring this all together. Vitamin D isn't just another item on the supplement shelf. It's a vital nutrient that supports your bones, muscles, brain, heart, and immune system. And while getting enough becomes trickier after 70, the solutions are simple. Sensible sun, smart food choices, and possibly a quality supplement tailored to your needs. Most importantly, don't go it alone. Your doctor can check your levels with a quick blood test and help you create a plan that's right for you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed changes since paying attention to your vitamin D levels? Maybe you've found a particular supplement or food that works well for you. Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might help someone else on their health journey. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor. Hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more straightforward, science-backed tips to help you thrive in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Because here's the truth. Getting older isn't about slowing down. It's about giving your body what it needs to keep living life on your terms. So here's to strong bones, sharp minds, and days filled with energy. Remember, small steps today can lead to big rewards tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.